I'm gonna indulge. Oh my god, of course. Like, look at these doors. They're so, like, it's like moving mountains. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday. At least it's Sunday for me. I'm gonna take you through a bit of a Sunday reset. I try and do this every second Sunday, take the entire day completely to myself. I find life can get really hectic, especially in the summer. I'm socializing a little bit more and things can just get out of hand at home and in my brain. So thought I would take you with me on a little bit of a how I reset myself for the week ahead. I've been trying to practice this, doesn't always work out. The best part of my Sunday is doing like grocery. I spent a lot of time doing laundry and resetting my wardrobe and all that kind of stuff. On Sundays, I try to make it so that I can run for as long as I want without a time limit. I think allowing yourself these like indulgences and things that you normally have to do during the week can help you just appreciate these smaller things. Like I run often throughout the week, so it's like no big deal, but not having that time limit is a really beautiful thing. So it really just, you know, it feels more indulgent when I get to just go for as long as I want. So I've done that, came home, I took a really nice like long hot shower, and in the summer I don't really spend too much time blow drying my hair. I just use my Daviness milk, which just defines my curls as much as possible because it's really humid here. Before I do the groceries, I actually already did a little bit of laundry just before I left for my run. That way it was like getting done while I was away. I have to say laundry reset and wardrobe reset is probably one of my favorite parts of this Sunday. So I thought it was a really good opportunity also to partner with my friends over at True Earth. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I love using the True Earth Eco Strips for my regular laundry, but now they've come out with fabric softener. And I never used traditional fabric softener because it actually ends up coating your garments and doing them more harm than good in the end to the fibers. But these are paraben free, they are phosphate free, and I wanted to give them a try because I find like I've had really good success with the Eco Strips. So I've been really pleased with these. I have the fresh linen scent and my clothes always come out smelling really beautifully. It softens my clothes. They come out feeling like nice and fresh and soft. So very, very happy with these. I would recommend them. Just like the laundry detergent Eco Strips, these are biodegradable. So I like that I can rip them in half if I need to for smaller loads. I can use them for hand washing just like I can with my detergent Eco Strips. So I like that. I like how it doesn't like change up my laundry routine too much. And of course, like all the other True Earth products, the packaging is easy, recyclable, and it reduces household plastic waste. True Earth also has a bunch of household products on their site that can help reduce other forms of household plastic waste. So that's fantastic. I will leave their information in the description box below. I also have a discount code for you if you're interested in trying. I know a lot of you already use the detergent strips, but if you're interested in trying the fabric softener, the discount code will get you 10% off, which is fantastic. And like all my sponsored content, I really hope that this introduces you to a brand or allows you to try something new with something that aligns with your values, or if you're looking to make perhaps a switch that is a little bit lighter on the environment. So laundry, I've done that first load. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more throughout the day, and I'm gonna clean before I leave the house. So I'm gonna vacuum, I will mop, I'll do the bathrooms, clean the counters, all that stuff, and then I'll run to the grocery. I'll change, and I don't know about you, but when I come back, like it's a pretty big grocery, I usually like to put on some jazz music and unload slowly. I will also take the opportunity to clean out my fridge, like get rid of any leftovers, any of those containers that probably should have been thrown out like a month ago, maybe just a couple weeks ago. Oh gosh, I'm divulging all my secrets, all my secret shame. Hopefully at the grocery store, they will have some peonies, but I have to say, okay, normally I only buy flowers when I actually need them. These are doing fantastic. Can I just say, baby carnations, and this flower. I think it's like is it called a Lysanthius? I think. Gardeners, if you're in on this, like comment down below. I'm pretty sure it's a Lysanthium or a Lysanthius. Anyway, I've had these for about 2 weeks. They are doing just fine, and I'm also very proud of this arrangement, so I'm just trying to show it off right now. Normally I only buy flowers once a week or when I need them, like when the previous ones have died, but it's peony season. It's also my birthday season, so I'm gonna treat myself to an extra little bunch of peonies if they have them at the grocery store. So I'm gonna do that, all while listening to some nice chill tunes. Let's see where that takes us. Okay, here's the closet. I actually realized I have not done a closet tour for you yet in the new place, but I think I'll do that in another video. There's still, it's still not where I want it to be. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I hate closets with doors on them. Like, they drive me bananas. I love to be able to see the majority of my clothes at all times, so I'm hoping to get at least 2 out of the 3 of these sliding doors taken off. But normally what I do to reset my closet, it's almost like if you ever worked retail, I just like to kind of re-merchandise it so that the colors are like light to dark, the categories are kind of where they were, blazers, shirts, everything kind of goes back together to where it was. Even my denim, like, okay, it's been boiling, but my denim is such a staple, so still have been wearing it despite the ridiculous heat. And I want to just, like, you know, redo my denim pile so that, again, the colors go from dark to light. So it's just like reorganizing, re-merchandising so that my clothes are easy to access, easy to see. And depending on how many events I have during the week coming up, or if I'm traveling or anything like that, I'll bring in my little rack, my kind of smaller mini rack, and I will set aside some items, either the ones that maybe there's items that I want to be wearing more, that I want to put some more effort and challenge myself into styling them differently, I'll throw those on the rack. Or for example, if I've got a maybe piece, so if it's like a maybe item, I'm gonna sort out any kind of maybe issues I have and determine whether I will donate, put it in storage, send back to a brand, for example. So I'll throw those on the little rack as well. But that's it. That's kind of how I reset my closet. If I see anything that is like wrinkled or stained, then I'll make sure I put that in the laundry pile. But yeah, do you do this? Do you do like a little mini wardrobe reset? I know we try and do it seasonally. I feel like things get so out of hand during the week that it's kind of nice to do it like more regularly. I just feel like consistency is better than intensity in terms of keeping up with daily things. So I'd rather do smaller things consistently than like have to do them once a quarter in like one big intense burst. You know what I mean? Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna do this and then I'll get to eat and do some relaxing, hopefully. Okay, I'm making progress. I've moved a couple of heavier winter season things onto the other side where I don't spend so much time with the dresses and like the longer trousers and things like that. I've kept all my shirts here. I organized them by category. So I've got slinky tops, bustiers here, tanks and tees here. Even though they're knit, they're so fine, I still hang them. I find, for example, the material, when I folded this top, it's such a delicate material that it would come out all wrinkly, and I just felt like it was really damaging the fibers. So it's light enough to hang. I think it's done much better hanging than it has folded. Like, I don't have any drawers, so for the lighter knits, I think I'm okay to hang them up. But anyway, so I've got the categories, and then I go by color, light to dark. But then I also, because it's spring summer, I also then organize them by fabric weight. So I've got like the lighter silks, the super lightweight like linens and almost sheer ones, and then it goes into a little bit like the heavier cottons and even the heavier linens. And same thing with the blazers. There are still things from when I moved, like I really still want to rearrange. So like these are all mostly winter skirts. I've got winter boots down here, and I still don't have a shoe rack. So I really need to get myself a shoe rack for this middle section here, and things are gonna look a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna refold some knits because they're looking a little bit messy, and then I'll finish with dresses, and then we'll be done. I thought while I'm eating, I would share with you some of the stuff that I love to read sustainable fashion news-wise. I've recently subscribed to the Business of Fashion Sustainability newsletter, and I have to say I really do like that one. It is a pricier subscription. I believe it was $239 for the year, but I'm able to write it off as a business expense, which is fantastic. And I do like most of their coverage and reporting. I do like that kind of economic business side of things in relation to sustainable fashion. It kind of broadens the discussion a little bit. I think it's so easy, especially when we are, either as creators or sort of whatever you do. I think it's very easy to get sucked into like whatever echo chamber industry you're in. So I like that the Business of Fashion has a little bit of like that broader scope. Other kind of subscriptions or memberships that I love to keep up to date on are the Conscious Life and Style newsletter. This is run by Elizabeth Joy. I've been on her podcast before. I'm gonna leave that interview down below. I love her content. I love what she's doing. She also has a membership platform, specifically, I believe, for people who are interested in working in sustainable fashion. Her newsletters are fantastic. I just find they're a really good curation of articles and news, and it's just a really good newsletter. It's a really good compilation of the week of what's going on in the sustainable fashion world and space. She also interviews some really fantastic people on the podcast, and then she keeps us up to date on that. I also love Conscious Chatter. There's a couple of other podcasts I love. I tend to listen to those throughout the week as I'm on my run. So the weekend I find is really for just like that sitting down and being able to take in that kind of slower content that requires a little bit more brain work, if that makes sense. And then for fun, I love reading Garance Doré. I subscribe to her newsletter, and I'm also trying to get back into the Soapbox community. Soapbox is a fantastic community based on sustainability in general. So there isn't just a focus on sustainable fashion, and it's like bite-sized actionable things that you can do. It's run by Nivi, who has been a guest on my Shop Your Closet events, and she is also like another dynamo. Like I said, really invested though more in just the sustainability conversation as a whole. So that's a really, really good subscription. I'm gonna link all of these for you. I just wanted to share those because I think it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to kind of wonder where you can get your information from in this space. And these are all content creators and leaders and resources that I like to use. And another resource that I'm totally gonna plug is my podcast with the incredible Christina Mijas and Sina Henson from Use Less. So we've started a podcast. It's called Sustain This. I'm actually gonna set up, because we're gonna record tomorrow. We record every second Monday, and we have to do it bright and early, which is fun. We try to tackle some of the topics that are more nuanced, that are difficult to discuss in a YouTube video, or I find are a little bit richer when you have 2 or 3 voices involved. So if you haven't listened, go have a listen, subscribe, rate the podcast. We also have a YouTube channel now for the podcast, so I'll put that down here as well. So many things. This description box is going to be jammed. I think I'm going to change back into my onesie and get comfortable, make some tea. And before I plan for the week ahead, I'm just gonna sit down and read. And actually, I'll tell you what books I'm gonna read, but I'm gonna just change and clean all this up. While I'm here, let me tell you what I'm reading. I don't know about you, but I have several books on the go. I usually have one fiction, which is the one I'm currently reading on my laptop. It is beautiful, I have to say. It's called Neither Wolf Nor Dog. The author is Kent Nerburn. It's this incredible mix of nonfiction and fiction. It's about a gentleman, like a writer, who goes on, it's almost like a road trip with an Indian elder. Anyway, it's absolutely phenomenal reading. So that's kind of like my fiction. I'm also currently reading All We Can Save, which is in the realm of sustainability, that kind of thing. I always try and have that on the go. It's like short essays, short notes almost, by people who have made great change in the climate movement. So it's actually a very hopeful book, which I think is necessary to read. And okay, look, I don't normally have more than 2 or 3 books on the go. This is like a very unique situation. A wonderful friend of mine got me this book for my birthday. It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. This book is like my heart and soul. I'm not even a quarter way through, but it resonates with me so much. There are so many philosophies in here about just living a daily creative life. I feel like this is a lot of what I've been thinking, but it's been put into really beautiful words, and it's so insightful. I would definitely recommend this book. It's an easy read. The chapters are short, and if you are like me and you kind of love creativity and just perhaps finding different ways to be inspired, different ways, like if you're kind of, you know, I know a lot of you have sent me notes about like changing careers and things like that. Phenomenal read. So that's my reading, but right now I really want to finish Neither Wolf Nor Dog. It's really beautiful and I'm close to the end. So thought I'd give you my reading list. Thought I'd share it with you, and I'm gonna finish this and then my day is almost done. I spoke to my parents. Before I go to bed, I will just figure out my plan for the week ahead. Might even do that here on the couch since I'm feeling exceptionally lazy. But I can run that through with you as well if you like. Sorry this day hasn't been crazy, but I really do think that doing that reset is so important. I don't know, it is for me. Okay, I'm gonna finish this. Getting ready for the week. I don't have a really solid system yet, I'm gonna be honest. In terms of like agenda and planning, I use just a blank notebook. I use a combination of this. I'll write down everything that I'd like to accomplish for the week. I divide it into like personal and professional. Lately, I'll be totally honest, personal stuff seems to be taking over and taking a priority. I wanna really start setting up my new place. Like I have to put frames, but I put these up anyway. I have to like hang this, get pillows, a rug, all those little things that will hopefully make this place start to feel a bit more like home. But that's just how I divide my tasks, and then every day I try and choose like a top 2 or 3 depending on what they are. But I also use Google Calendar as well, and then I have a Notion calendar for all of my sponsored content that I share with my agents. So that's kind of how I manage everything. I would love to know if you have any organizational tips or things that you use that you find really really, really helpful. I find when you have so much flexibility in your work, it's like a blessing and a curse because you can really structure it the way you want, but finding that structure, especially through a time of change, can be a lot. So that's it. I'm gonna just get going, write down my tasks for the week, and I think I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I know I don't do them very often, but you know, always let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like if you liked this video, hit subscribe if you haven't already. I've also got that discount code for True Earth, Beltempo, for 10% off. A huge thank you again to True Earth for sponsoring today's video. I really love partnering with these great Canadian companies that are making, I think, some really solid changes in the sustainability world. So thank you, True Earth. I hope you have a wonderful week, wonderful rest of your day, wherever you're at. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you in a slow fashion video in the next one. Ciao!